Good afternoon and a warm welcome once again. I must thank IMC for this opportunity to introduce Boloro's authentication solution to this audience today. The next session has a very interesting two-worder, risk minimization. And Boloro Global is hoping to play a key role in managing risk and perhaps eliminating some types of known fraud. The mobile phone has been in some ways, I think, revolutionary and perhaps the only consumer product that stands apart. It's not only empowered individuals like us and everybody, but it's also connected the world. And quite differently, I must say so, from the internet. Interestingly, it's also raised the level of fraud. We today have an issue where we need to discuss data privacy in detail. We're also concerned about identities. Each time a service is called for in the digital world, somebody needs to answer the question, is this who you really are? And that's a question that's being asked of each one of us in this room, time and again, each time we reach out and seek any kind of service. If you take a look at India, last 3 years have witnessed a 6-fold increase in online fraud. And interestingly, 96% of that came from users who moved to the mobile apps. It's only logical. We have a handy equipment, it's almost like our extension, we carry it everywhere, and we have an app. It makes it easy for me to sit anywhere in the world and transact. So why is it then that we do not care about our identities? I think the world at large is now waking up to the reality of consumers' worry. Are we really secure? I think enterprises too, like the ones being represented here in the hall, are concerned about what kind of penalties, what kind of issues might arise if there's an attack and all of the data that they have, the consumer data, is compromised. Boloro's authentication solution actually puts security in your hands, literally. So it's about what you have and what you know. And only you know what you know, so there's no way that somebody else could stand in for you. So every time this question is asked of you, is this who you are? It's going to have the same answer. Now, what's unique about our solution? So this is a multi-factor, multi-channel system. We do not use the internet. We do not use the phone operating system. And we do not leave a trace at all. It has been independently certified by the GSMA, the Global Association of Mobile Operators. We've got patents in 82 countries. I think increasingly, if you look back, we're going to be aware that world over there is the clear understanding that the internet is inherently unsafe. So is the phone operating system. In-app authentication has not proved to be very successful. In fact, it's pretty easy for the hackers. So what we do is we provide the app an out-of-band solution, which is an extra lock. But this lock has only one key which you know. And you created that key. There's nobody else who can steal it away from you. It's very easy to use. It's extremely user-friendly and very, very convenient. What Boloro is doing is using the operator's secure signaling channel. And the moment you start using this particular channel, you are creating new use cases, new customers, and I think a lot of revenue for the operators. Globally, South Africa and Kenya, the operators are on board, and some of the leading banks are in discussions to deploy Boloro's authentication solution. We've been featured in the European Digital Banking Summit in Berlin next month. Here in India, we have hosted the application on AWS. We have connectivity from one operator, and the others are in advanced discussions because this is the one possibly revolutionary solution which puts the operator in the middle of every transaction. Every single digital transaction would require authentication, and that is going to be carried by the operators. So we're hoping that the other operators would come on board quickly and we're certainly looking forward to their support. We're also in advanced discussions with two of the leading banks in the country and an entity working very closely with the Government of India for authenticating citizens in remote areas, people who are sitting with a feature phone, people who don't really have very high levels of literacy but want to participate in the financial and digital transformation and are being cut out today. Boloro provides the ideal solution for that. I'm not going to take up much more time except that we've recently been featured by the Economic Times on the 6th of this month, and I think the mass media in the country is now waking up to the fact that consumers are under threat and something needs to be done about it. So they're talking about solutions like ours, which, like I said, is an absolutely platinum standard solution when it comes to authentication. I'm here along with my colleague Amit Sehgal, so we're available for any questions and interaction after the session. Thank you.